Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bronze Age Minecraft, a series where we set out to recreate the Bronze Age settlements of ancient Greece. My name is Daskalos, and I'm a professional archaeologist and certified interpretive guide. Last episode, we finished the entire first floor of the main building, and unsure of what to do next, I made a community poll asking if I should continue to the second story of the main building, or move on to the first story of the Southwestern building. So let's check and see what the poll says. You guys are killing me. Well, I guess I'm just gonna flip a coin and see what it says. Be right back.
A few minutes later.
Alright, we're gonna knock out the first story of the Southwestern building, so let me grab some materials and let's get into it. Now, first things first, we have some issues with the Southwest building, mainly that a lot of it has been heavily damaged to the point where we don't really know what's going on in most of the rooms. On top of that, the Southwestern building itself is a little strange and we're not really sure what it's all about to begin with. Was it the first iteration of the palace? Maybe. There is evidence that it was built and used before the main building, but it's just too damaged to make any real solid guesses. For example, these are the rooms with which the contents gives us a good idea of what's going on in there, the green areas or light wells, which means that the rest of the Southwestern building is sort of open to interpretation. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go for the known rooms first, and then from there we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see what comes about. Alright, so this whole chunk here of rooms, we don't know. I couldn't really find much of anything on these, so we're just gonna have to, come back to it later. I think I'm gonna make these sort of a guards barracks type thing, kind of like the room that's over there. So we'll come back to them. Instead, we will start with room 60, this room. Now this one, we find a ton of pottery, which would suggest shelves holding a bunch of vessels, many vessels in here. So we are going to put pithoi in here, flower pots, all that stuff, and we're going to put shelving all around the outside edge. So let me go get some stuff and we will start. Alright, yep, that's good. Okay. Next room that we do know is room 65. This one. And oh boy, is there a lot to say about this. So this may have actually been the megaron of a previous iteration of the palace. It's hard to tell what went on in here since the destruction from... Well, let me rephrase that. It's hard to tell what went on here because of the destruction and because of looting, like heavy looting, right? So like, we only really know of one of these pillars being here and maybe some evidence of a couple others, but for the most part, this is really hard to tell what's going on here, especially along the back here. So there's a few possibilities. There is a possible hearth in the middle, which, if this were the megaron, that's what we would be dealing with. And it's possible that there were 6 pillars. Actually, you know what? Here, let me go up onto the top so we can point some things out. Don't mind the cow noises. They're all over here, kind of hanging out. Okay, so there was possibly 6 pillars here. And if I wanted to do that, I would have to move these pillars up 1 and then put 2 more back here. We might do that. I'm not really sure yet. We have some evidence that would suggest the 4, which would make sense, the whole megaron thing. if there was a hearth and this was a megaron, then there's a possibility that there was a balcony that went around here that you could get to from the stairwell that's over on this side, right over here. This little stairwell that comes up here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a hearth in here, and I'm going to give this floor the whole decorated treatment, just like the main megaron over there. Let's also add a throne, maybe? And maybe then let's see if the whole six pillar thing, if the whole six pillar thing makes sense. I'm not too sure. So let me go ahead and tear up this floor so we can get some of the fancy floor started. All right, so the floor has been removed. We're going to do fancy floors with some of this oxidized copper slab. I have some more copper oxidizing on the other side, so I'll probably grab that before we start. These mangrove slabs, polished diorite, and the polished deep slate. And basically, I think what I want to do is I want to try like an X pattern. I don't know if that's going to work. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Let's let me go grab some of that copper and see if that'll work. I'm back. Okay. Let's do this. I think what I want to do is I want to do an X.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Okay, I didn't hate it. I just think I could have done better. So let's try this again. All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's way cool. Oh, man, that's way cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's... Oh, this is way okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is super cool. Okay. We want the throne right here though. So this is gonna have to come up. So is this, and so is this. And we're gonna make it look old. So we're gonna do this. That. I'm going to try this real quick. See what this looks like. Oh. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that looks real good. Yeah, it looks old, which is what I'm going for. So, all right, so diorite. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. If we did 6 pillars, we would move this pillar over to here, and we'd put in a second pillar, or sorry, a third row of pillars, I guess, here and here. Ooh, you know what? I'm kind of digging the weird asymmetricalness of it. The asymmetry. I cannot believe I just said asymmetricalness. Ugh. You know, I like it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the 6 pillars. I think it looks sort of weird enough to give you the impression that yes, this is older. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of dig it though. So yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let me go get some stuff. And bam. Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah, it's sort of semi-unused. Okay, well, I'm happy with this. This looks different enough from the other megaron that it suggests that this is just a whole different thing. So we got the hearth that's snuffed out. We have the old throne. It definitely looks like an old throne to me. Yeah, and we've got the 6 pillars rather than the 4, which is kind of weird. So yeah, I think the only thing left to do is maybe put like a little threshold, something like that. Maybe some doors. I don't know. We'll sort of play it by ear. Maybe doors, maybe not. Anyways, moving on. Let's go to the next room that we know about, which is room 67. This room right here, 67. And you're thinking, what room? The one through the doors? Nope. This weird little, I don't know, little hallway type thing here. They divide up all these little sections into rooms, you know, air quotes, rooms. So this is really just sort of section 67, I guess. So 67, this room had pots all over the floor, which would suggest that they were all along the 2 walls here, on shelving, making this sort of like a storeroom type thing. It's kind of weird. It's definitely kind of weird. So we're gonna put some shelving up. We're gonna put a pithos probably there in the corner. You know, the usual stuff. Probably just a single row of shelves. Maybe, I don't know, maybe another one over there. Okay, so there we go. Sort of a weird storage type thing. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. All right, moving on to room 68. This little guy here. And believe it or not, this was a pantry. I know. Shocking. So, yeah, shelves along 3 of the walls, but no holes in the floor, like some of the other rooms. So that's kind of interesting. This had craters, and cups, and bowls, and look, I've seen some of your suggestions for bowls, and I'll probably play around with them off camera just to kind of see which ones I like. And if I like any of them, I'll just sort of retrofit some of the rooms that had bowls. But till then, let's go ahead and start putting some shelving up in here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, look at that. Shelves. That would suggest shelves were built into the... Well, you know what? I don't care. That looks pretty good. It looks like shelves all the way around. I don't know. Well, there we go. Shelving. Yeah, I think that's the best we're gonna get with this little room. And this weird little room. That's very claustrophobic. So, moving on to room 71, which is this one right here. Okay, this one is super weird. There were remnants of a Larnax, you know, bathtub, like what was in the other room over that way, and lots of pithoi. So either this was a wine magazine or oil magazine or bathroom, or maybe a combination of all of them. I'm not really sure. So let's just get a little weird with it and see what sticks. Bathtub. This one's going to be a little different than the one on the other side. So real shallow, sort of. Yeah, I like this better. So I want to make it different than the other one, though. God, it really does blend in with the freaking walls. Let's go with a different color. All right, I'm back. Let's try this again. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. A little different. I also grabbed some water. Oh. Oh. Okay, there we go. Bathtub. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a weird room, but yeah. All right, the only other one that we know is this one, room 82. 82 is another wine magazine. Imagine that. And this one, we actually have evidence of 2 stands in the middle, kind of like the pillar stands for the oil magazine over there, where you have these things sticking up where you have containers that you can transfer wine to. So let's go ahead and chop up the floor here. We're gonna do it all the way around. Let me check the map real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do it all the way around. So we're gonna do that, and then I think what we're gonna do is, instead of doing well, all right. Well, let's just see how I feel. Let me just go ahead and start doing this. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I will go collect some clay and make them into bricks and all that stuff and do the pithoi and add them to this later. No, I'll do it now. So I'll leave you. I'll come back, place all these in here, and then we will continue on doing the first story of the Southwest building. All right, be right back. Okay, so I put all the pithoi in the wine magazine back there, the secondary wine magazine. So let's talk about this chunk here. I really couldn't find much on this chunk here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some clues here. We've got this long hallway, right, that comes up through here. Cows, all right. And it's sort of like an entryway. So what I think we're going to do is, much like this room over here, we're going to make these sort of like a barracks. So we've got this room here, sort of long room, and then we got this room here, sort of a small room. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put beds in this one. This is going to be the sort of sleeping quarters. And then this one's going to be sort of the standby quarters where, you know, the guards just kind of hang out. Probably put a window there. I don't think I'll put a window in this one. Maybe this way, point it out that way. Take out that calcite, maybe move it somewhere else. But anyways, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do this in sort of a light blue color. All right, let's get to it. Okay. Yeah. Pretty decent. All right. Now the standby room. Let's do... Yeah, there we go. All right. So sort of barracks rooms. Let's do a window right here. What we'll do is we'll put the calcite right back there. And we'll do a window here. Yeah. So sort of a barracks room where they can sleep, the guards, and then sort of this standby room. They'll see people coming in. I might put a window here too. No, we'll just do that. Let me look at the map real quick. Yeah, the map doesn't tell me anything. Okay. So I think that's a really good stopping point for this episode. So I think what we'll do is next episode, we'll do the rest of the Southwestern building and the glamour shots at that point. So until next time, I'll see you then.